Hi everyone, so welcome back to Casting Vlog and welcome back to another new video. Today I have the Hammer Active 2.0 Plus smartwatch, and this is India's first gesture control smartwatch, which means you can accept your phone calls with your hand gestures. And also this has some features and specifications. Let me just quickly read it through. I know that you guys are interested, so we'll go ahead and do the unboxing without wasting any more time. But just so that you know, this has a 2.1-inch large HD display, 100 plus sports modes. It has voice assistant, which means you can use it with your Google Assistant or Siri. Then you have Bluetooth calling, 100 plus customized watch faces, music controls, smart notifications, IP67 water resistant, zinc alloy is the material that this is made up of, is what they say. Now this supports both Android and iOS, if you see, and then you have the QR code to scan and download the app if you have an Android or an iOS. So the name of the app is Redfit app, so we can download that. And in the box it says you get a smartwatch, a charging cable, user manual, and a warranty card. So let's go ahead and unbox this watch without wasting any more time. So this is how the packaging is. So you get like two layers. First one is this. We're going to keep this to a side. And then you get another box. So I'm going to remove these stickers. Let's go ahead and remove the box. Okay, so I'm going to keep this to a side as well. So first we have the watch itself, as you can see, and this is perfectly packed. Looks very sturdy, very premium, but we'll come to the watch in a second. Let's see what else we get inside the box. So inside we get a strap. This is a ocean loop kind of strap, which is good. It's made up of silicone, it's soft, so really looks comfortable to wear. Next we get a magnetic charger. This is similar to how you have in your Apple Watch. So this is my Apple Watch charger. You can see it's fairly similar in terms of the size. I'll keep this to a side. Next you get this is your warranty registration. So you can scan this code, or you can go to hammeronline.in and then you can register your product. And here is the QR code to download the user manual of the watch as well, so which is good. We'll keep this to a side. This is just a thank you card, and then if you want to provide your feedback, and this also has the company's number if you want to reach out to them, or if you have any other complaints, you can do that. So I'll go ahead and keep this to a side as well. Now let's come to the watch and the band, and these are the three items that we will need on our day-to-day life. Let's go ahead and remove the packaging. So the packaging look exactly how this is you get in your Apple Watch, and then this is the watch. So I'm going to remove this sticker. So this is a 2.01-inch LCD display. So this is definitely a high definition display. Let me go ahead and turn on the watch and see if it has any battery. So there it turns on, and this is how the display looks like. Let's press. So there are some watch faces like this, and then it gives you a very good haptic like vibration over here, which is good. And then this also has a compass, if you see, and this is pretty functional as well, so which is cool. And of course this looks extremely premium, and this is a brushed aluminum kind of a finish, same how you get in your Apple's watches as well. So on the right you have your digital crown. I think this is also the button if you want to access the menu. There you go. And this is extremely smooth, extremely fluidic, and feels great to use. Now, next, you have your side button over here. So you want to return to the back, you can press this, and then on the left hand side you have a dedicated button. So I think you can assign this button if you want to use it for any particular use, like sports or anything, so you can do that as well. So if you want to keep it for exercise, SpO2, blood pressure, heart rate, sleep, call, activity, breathe, Siri, stopwatch, timer, music, weather, calculator, messages, and there are a lot of settings over there. You can customize that as well. So the screen is absolutely gorgeous, it's beautiful, and I don't think there should be any problem if you want to see this display in the bright sunny days. It's gonna be absolutely fine. And the bezels are also very nice and neatly done. So if you see it, it's just so much uniform and it looks so good. It's very evenly made so that it doesn't leaves a lot of space on either sides, so which is really awesome. At the back you have your sensor. It's written Hammer, and then it says Bluetooth version 5.3, 2.01 inch display, and I think there is the model number of the watch as well. Feels extremely premium. So let's go ahead and put these bands. So it goes here. I'm gonna put this side now. So this is the ideal way how you should put your the strap. And then we have the other one, which should be going this way. Okay, there you go. So this is now properly fastened, and you have your other sensors over here as well. So we'll go ahead and remove this from the back. There you go. The watch feels extremely premium. So let me go ahead and connect the charger and we'll see how is it working. So I have my laptop over here. I'm going to connect this to the USB port. I'm going to put the watch here. So you see this display is really nice. Even on the charging screen, it gives you the battery indicator, which is at now 91%. And then the date and time, of course, I need to set that up, but it's really nice. So we're going to keep this to a side for now. And I will go ahead and set this watch up. I've gone ahead and set up this Hammer watch. Now the fit you can see is very good and it feels really premium. So there is no way you can say that this is not an Apple Watch Ultra. But on the band they have given a branding over here which says like Hammer. I think this is the only way you can say that this is not an Apple Watch Ultra. For the design, it's a full marks. It's a 10 on 10. Now coming to the comfort, this is really comfortable strap, and then this is soft and you can adjust the length as well as per your needs, and feels really good, feels really premium, feels really well finished, and same with the watch as well. The material feels really smooth and premium, which is really nice. Now let's come back to the display itself. So this is a 2.01 inch display. This is a LCD display. So we're going to test a little bit. So this has a raise to wake feature as well. So if I turn the watch this side, it's closed. If I turn it to myself, this will turn on. So this has a raise to wake. Now there are some watch faces. This is one of the standard watch faces which was loaded in the watch. And then if I scroll down, there's another one. And there is another one which has the weather, your other widgets at the bottom, the time, and then there is a cycle tracking. Then you have this chrono watch, which is really nice, and it has a compass. You can see that it will move as I move my wrist. And the good thing about this particular watch face is that this watch face The second hand, if you see, this is kind of like moving like an Apple Watch itself. So it's not like, staying like in pulses. This is moving. This is a continuous movement, which gives it a very premium look, and it feels really like an Apple Watch Ultra if we see this. And next, let's see. Next we have this watch face as well. So if you want, you can use that. And then there's another one. And of course, if I scroll from bottom to top, I have some widgets. So I have the stopwatch, my activity, calendar, sleep, heart rate, weather, timer, sports, music, and these are some quick access apps that you have if you scroll from bottom to top. So this is my activity. So I just tested it, by taking a walk. I was just walking inside the house and see how is it tracking. So the step counter is accurate, not 100%, but then 98% accurate. So ideally they should be like 335 or 37 steps, but it's counting as 329, so which is fairly good. And it's also calculating how many calories have I burned, and then it gives you the statistics of your weekly steps, daily steps, weekly calories, and all those information here as well. So that's all here. And now let's go to the right. So these are some quick action buttons if you want to access any of your apps that you normally use on your day-to-day activities. You can set that up as a quick access on this particular panel, and you can do that as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the menu. So this is how the menu looks like. Now you can always customize this. So to customize the outline of the menu, you have to press this button once, and then this menu would pop up. Then you have to scroll down, and then it gives you this particular option. So right now I'm using as a list view, but if I want, I can keep that as a style. So once I do that, this is going to look in this particular way. So starting with messages, you can of course read your normal SMS messages, and then you have your call, you have exercise. So the exercise has a lot of modes like running, badminton, swimming, yoga, skateboard. There is an activity exercise mode for any type of sport that you're playing, which is really great. So let's go back, and then you have your activity, which I just showed you, and then you have your sleep tracker, and then you have your music. So in case if you want to play a song on your phone, you can do that, or if you want to play it on your watch, you can even do that as well. The next is the heart rate. Of course, this is calculating my current heart rate. I just took a walk, so it's just counting that to be a little bit on a higher. But if we run this again, it's going to take a few seconds, and let's see how's the reading. So this is currently showing 69 bits per minute, but again, like I says, that for any kind of medical reasons or medical data, you should not rely on watches. No matter how expensive or cheap the watch is, always consult a physician and get yourself checked with the proper medical equipments. Do not rely on smartwatches for your heart rate or blood pressure or anything like that. So heart rate, and then you have your BP as well, which is your blood pressure, and then you have your SpO2. Let's see how the BP works. So this is going to calculate the current blood pressure, and we'll give it a few seconds. It takes about 10 to 12 seconds if I'm not mistaken, so that it starts calculating. And this is still calculating, and then it gives you a vibration once it is able to detect the specific reading. So right now it is 75 by 129. But like I said, you cannot rely on these watches because they are not correct, or they're not always accurate in that way. So never ever trust watch when it has to come to your BP or anything. Same with the SpO2 as well. And we have the weather. So I just set it up with my iPhone, so it is just pushing that weather data from the iPhone to the watch. So currently it's 23, and then if we scroll down, it gives you the day-wise maximums and minimums. So if you see today, it's going to be the minimum is 21, and then the maximum is 32. For Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's giving that data as well. If you want to sync, you can just get that where the data synced through your mobile app as well. So this is the weather, and then you also have a breathe, and then you have a motion tracking, you have a calendar, the QR code, a calculator. I think a calculator is really useful, and the numbers are pretty clear, and they're like perfectly aligned. Sometimes on budget smartwatches you have the alignment to be a little bit here and there, and the buttons are not aligned properly. It shows the data a bit weird, but this is perfectly all right. So if I have to do a calculation, let's say 52 plus 10, so it's 64, so which is good. And it also has a timer, a stopwatch, and you have a find phone as well. So if I do that, it's going to ring on my phone. So I need to click on start. So the phone is currently ringing. Because the phone is actually connected to the watch, so the sound of the phone is getting transferred to the speakers of the watch. That's why you saw that tone that is being played on the watch itself. And then you have a camera shutter as well. So if you want to keep your camera at a distance and then you want to take a photo, you can use the camera option there as well. You have your voice assistants like Siri or Google Assistant. Then you have your alarm, and then you have your settings, and then you have your style. So the style is basically the same as what you saw. The customizable menus, like we have 6 different kind of menus. So that's that. And let's come down, and then you have a compass. Let's check the compass. It says please calibrate by graph. I don't really understand what that is, but I will have to probably check that on the app if there is a setting for this. So we'll leave that to side. And then you have your blood sugar as well, and then you have your MET. So well, I'm not sure of that as well. And then you have a altitude pressure. So this says please connect to the app and enable the GPS location permission. So if your app has the GPS location, so it's going to use that location to determine your altitude pressure, and then it's going to show you over there as well. Now let's go to settings and see what options we get here. So you have your personal information. So these are some of my vitals that I have added. So this is my height, weight, and it just calculates the BMI, the body mass index. And then you have your smart island. Well, the smart island is a good feature. So so you see a little island over here at the top where it says no news. So normally if you get a notification or something, it would just flash over there as well. Or if you're playing a music, it's going to show that track or the music control, which is similar to how you see a dynamic island on the iPhone 15 or 16 series phones as well. Okay, now let's go to our settings. So I can access probably this way. Let's try. I'm fairly new to this, so please bear with me. Okay, and then we have the smart island, and then you have your constant on setting. So this says enable constant light time, constant bright style, so you can do those settings as well. Then a screen off time, how many seconds you want to allow for the screen to automatically turn off. You can set that. Next, we have the gesture. So the gesture control is something you can use to receive calls or to deactivate your alarms. You can do that as well. So that's good. That's one of the features that you get in the Apple Watch Ultra, but I will need to test how accurate this gesture control is. And if you want me to make a video on that, I can do that. Or if you have questions, you can put on the comments as well regarding the gesture, and I will, once I test, I will be able to give you more information on that. Then of course you have your do not disturb, your vibration settings. I kept it at minimum because I don't like too much vibration. And again, you have your key definition, so which is this key on the right hand side. So if you want to customize this to perform a particular kind of task, you can do that as well. Currently I've set it to exercise because when I go to the gym or when I go for an exercise, I need those the exercise options available to me so that I can have a I don't have to like search for those options. Then you have a drain off, which basically drains, it just creates a little bit of vibration on the watch, which means you have to shake the watch as well while you're draining off. What it happens is if the watch has been dipped into water, you can actually drain off any water that has left inside the watch as well. So let me do that one more time. It creates a vibration and it's making some noise, and then it says shake your shake your watch so that after the vibration it just comes out. Well, for a lot of you folks, if you're worried about the privacy on the watch, so you definitely have a password option over there as well. You can turn on or turn off that based on your needs. And then you have a connect home. So if you want your phone to get connected to this particular watch, you can scan this QR code and get connected. You have your power saving. So currently it is 50%, and then you have a power saving mode at the bottom as well. So you may want to use that when you don't have any option to charge but need the watch keep on going on. You have your language. So I've selected as English right now. And then you have your time setting. So it syncs from the app right now, but then this is the setting that it has. And then you have your time format, time setting, and date setting. Then you have your siren. So if you want a siren, it's going to play a siren. So in case you want to alert someone, if you're in a danger or you need help, you can just play that siren as well. And you have an SOS as well. Then you have your power off. So you have like 3 options under power off. So you can slide this to power off, and then you have an option to reboot and then a factory reset. Then you have about, so this is the watch. I think I'm not going to show that openly because it just has the watch serial number and other stuff that you need in case you want to register this product. So that's all about it. And then of course, like I said, the sensors are pretty accurate, and you can use them while you're onto any kind of like sport modes. That's really nice. And then this is how the watch looks like, just to give you a sneak peek of its design. And this is really premium, so you cannot complain of the design element over here. They have done a fantastic job in terms of the quality of the material, in terms of the looks, and the bezels are just perfectly neat, and there's nothing like overly done, so which is really awesome. And well, of course, this is a great watch. And then of course so everything I've tested on the app right now, the only thing I need to test is the gesture control, because I cannot use my phone while I'm recording this, but then I will use it and I will answer your questions if you can put that on the comments. Well, there is one more thing that you want to know, is that, so this is the Hammer Active 2.0 Plus. They also have a Hammer Active 2.0, on which you get the always on display. But on this one, they have added other features, and which is like more functional, because now you can click on these little widgets at the bottom, so the temperature or the weather or the workout, so these things you can quickly access. But on the Active 2.0, these features were not working. It was very buggy, but this, they have done it really nice. And they also have added the gesture control, but they have removed the always on display on this model, well, it would have been a great addition. And even if now if they can do that, provided that, you know, this is just the OTA update, so if they can release that on their next update, that would make it a fantastic deal. And I think what you need is everything you got on this. You got your regular options, you get good looks, good design, similar to the Apple Watch Ultra, and I think you would not be disappointed with the watch. Now, they claim that the battery on this watch is about 5 days, but I will have to test that, and I will let you know how it works, because if you're connected to your phone, it's definitely going to drain the battery much faster, other than if you're not connected and you're just using the watch as a standalone. If you have any questions about this Hammer Active 2.0 Plus smartwatch, feel free to share them in the comments. Let me know if you want any other feature that I should explain particularly, and I will go ahead and make a video as well. I'm also going to make a long-term usage review video of this watch once I use it for about a month, and I will go ahead and share in the video of how my experience has been with this watch. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.